Detroit Underground. I'm here with Tunde Olaniran, and he has just released his new EP.
Yep.
What's the name of that?
The first transgression.
All right.
Yep.
And the second transgression?
It's on the way, so we're thinking March, around the time for South by and an East Coast tour. So
Okay.
all in exchange for it.
So we're here at the Trumbullplex, which is
awesome.
Really cool place. We're in the library here. There's lots of Detroit history here. A lot of cool underground, yes, 1989. A lot of cool underground bands and artists have performed here. What are your thoughts on that?
The first time I was here, it was after an old Miami show. I was super drunk, and I feel like the coolest thing about it is my memory is that there was no ceiling and no like roof. Like that is how cool this space was. Like there were just DJs, and the vibe is really awesome, and all the shows are all ages, which I think is a really important thing to have in Detroit. So they invited me here for Your Majesty and Tunde, and I was like, give me the date, I'll be there. I'm excited.
How is Detroit receiving you so far? I know last year you did a show with me.
Yep.
In December. Since then, you've been doing more shows?
Yeah, I think I had to like just find the right like group to ease in with, because a lot of times just if you look at someone, you think, okay, they need to be hip hop, they need to be whatever, and I just had to like look around a bit and find those folks who knew that I was doing something a little bit to the left of all that, and I feel like the people here get it, you got it, the people at the Outlet Media Conference got it, so.
So what about other areas? Grand Rapids, Ann Arbor?
I was just in Kalamazoo, actually,
okay.
And we were at Bell's Brewery, and that was dope. Like, again, cool space, cool people, with the right bill, everyone's going to be open to it. So I was like, this works. I think we're going to be going back, and then more Detroit shows will be coming in November.
Now, the first time I met you was through Robo Rob in Flint.
Yep.
And it was John Connor and
yep.
Theory and you and me and a bunch of people, Robo Rob.
Flint's fine.
So yes, that's the music scene in Flint is obviously, you guys have really stepped that up. What's it like to be a part of that?
People get surprised because like when I'll bring people from like Robo is not from Flint, but he feels more at home because we're super welcoming. Like we love just seeing good music. We just want to have a good time. There's not like, it's not a scene feel. You just are there to really enjoy whoever's on stage. Even if they're not that great, just have fun, So I think people really appreciate that, and we try to be super supportive of each other. And
people appreciate a more diverse
night.
And
I always try to do like diverse nights.
Yes.
We had that Ninja night, and we would have you out, Robo out, and just we don't want to have all hip hop or all punk or all metal or all whatever. We just really want to mix it up, and I think Flint, we're just used to that more, so it works. Yeah.
So you also have plans for South by next year. Were you there this year?
I was there. I was just hanging out. I didn't have any shows. There's a band called Flash Clash, and they're from Detroit. They just formed, and they're on Exchange Bureau too. So they're actually booking a bunch of shows for us to do together, and then we're gonna go on East Coast tour with Miss Corona and an artist band called The Rarities, who are like sick, like a cello player. Her name is Diana, and she's DJing tonight. And then this guy named Stevie Soul, who's a beatboxer. He's from Detroit. You know him?
No.
He actually, he told me that he learned to like make sounds before he learned to talk. So he's really, he's just dope. So we all decided like we're gonna do this really cool eclectic tour and make it one big show, so that it's not your set, my set, their set.
Right. Yeah, you guys are gonna bring it all together. That's cool.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be through the East Coast.
Yep, probably we're hoping for at least 6 dates, but it's a short time frame. It's like right after South by, so it'll be early April.
Any other festivals that you're looking at?
That I'm honestly just focusing on that right now, because we're raising money for it. We've raised some money so far, and that's like taking up all my brain. Right now, just figuring out like how to make it happen. So.
All right, so we talked about this on the phone the other day. We're gonna drop some words, and you're gonna tell me what you think.
All right.
Anarchy.
I think that the key to any revolution is going to be hackers now. So things like Wikipedia or WikiLeaks, LulzSec, Anonymous. They're going to be, if you really want anarchy, they're going to be the ones that are going to actually help destabilize the system that we have now. So that's the key.
Androgyny.
I think that androgyny is super appealing to me, and I kind of have those qualities, and for me that's always more interesting because you have a continuum, and working with artists on that tour is like why we put them together, because like Corona, the other group, the Rarities, and Flash Clash, I think that we see gender and we see that as like a performance anyway. So we're performers, you know what I mean? Let's stretch the boundaries of it. So
Alchemy.
I think again, like the EP, the First Transgression, is a mixture of so many different things that create a different product, and it may be just because I have ADHD, but to me, like, that is the only way music really works, is if you take a bunch of different things and like mash them together and something else comes out. Yeah.
Alligators.
I'm never going to Florida. My mom lives there right now, and she keeps wanting me to go, and I'm like, I don't want to be somewhere where an alligator can like walk through a parking lot. That's not cool to me. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Anatomy.
I think actually, you know, this is so random. You don't know how many people are actually intersex, and I went to a conference with a person who she's a woman, but really her reproductive anatomy, there was nothing in there, like as far as like ovaries, uterus, and so there are so many people in your lives that you might not even know have way different anatomy than you think is normal. So.
All right, one more question I'm going to ask you. This is something I ask a lot of people, kind of a closing question. There's a company recently out of the UK who announced that they will take your cremains and turn it into a vinyl record. If you could be any vinyl record when you die,
God.
What would it be?
Any vinyl record. Oh my God. That is the hardest question. I have no idea. I think I would probably want to be, right now, I would want to be MIA's last mixtape. It's like a 30-minute song called Vicky Leaks.
Okay.
And to me that was like, that's my shit.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, thanks for the interview. And
oh my God, how could you just do me like this? Right hook to the jaw like your lie was a fish. Should've seen what the deal, but I wasn't equipped. Turned to a full moon, so the sun was eclipsed.